Is that good position over there? It looks this way.
I'm recording right now, and we're keeping this. We're keeping this in.
Fucking camera's going this way.
No, and we're keeping this in too. What's going on, Andrew?
What's
Good to see you,
happening,
buddy. You think I'm not leaving that in, but I did, just like the other one with the Bullionaire.
All right.
I'll bleep it though.
Hey, no curses for me.
No, zero. So here's the deal. I thought what would be a really fun discussion is to talk about the worst things that you've experienced in this business.
Oh boy.
And now you've been in this business, I think you said, 17 years?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm curious as to some of like the worst things that you've ever had to endure since you've been a precious metals dealer. And we could be talking about certain interactions with certain customers. We could be talking about issues with the different banks that you've worked with. It could be lost shipments, anything.
Well, the worst.
Yeah.
You want to hear the worst.
Actually, hold on. Let's work up to the worst. We want to keep some suspense. Give me something that's like pretty bad, but not quite the worst one.
This just happened last 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I paid my third quarter sales tax for the IRS.
Yeah.
They billed me twice.
What?
So now I'm out. Whatever the payment was I had to pay, it got taken out the next day too. Me and my banker are still trying to figure out what happened. I'm out thousands of dollars and like have no point of contact or anything like that.
You can't get a hold of anybody at the IRS.
My accountant says, "Oh, talk to the guy at your bank." My bank says, "Oh, talk to your accountant."
Oh, God, it's the pointing the fingers.
I'm sure it'll work itself out, but I'm out thousands of dollars right now, and it's just
that's money that you could have working
use and
for
operate, for whatever.
That's no good.
I got sued this year for a lot of money. Somebody fell out in the parking lot. That was a pretty shitty thing to happen.
Did you win or lose?
No, lost. They didn't even want to deal with them. They just paid them the money.
Insurance handles it?
Yeah, it was probably cheaper to just pay them off than go to court.
Maybe I'll go take a little spill out there.
We got cameras everywhere, so
I'll just. Did the person just like fall like?
I'll show you afterwards. It was. I don't know how he was awarded money, but he was.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's like the people at McDonald's spilling the hot coffee on themselves and they're like, I'm suing McDonald's because my hot coffee was too hot.
Yeah, no, it's he was a lawyer himself. So it really makes you question everything.
He's probably like one of the ambulance chaser type of lawyers that are crap. So that's two bad things this year alone.
That's bad. We talked in the last interview about getting kicked out of the bank.
Yeah,
that happened a couple of years ago. That was a pretty bad thing to go
But
through.
we want to tell people here, it's not like you walked into like a retail bank and they kicked you out physically.
I think they just did a sweep of like my kind of businesses and just
But what I'm saying is, when you say kicked out of the bank,
they didn't phically grab.
That's what I'm saying. Like grabbing you, like get out of here, you hooligan.
It was a kind of nice letter, you know what I mean? But they weren't rude about it in any way. But it was definitely.
When did that happen?
2018.
So, and then the problem, those of you that are watching this video, what you need to understand is Andrew is primarily business to business dealer. And when it comes to essentially losing the bank that you're working with, like how the hell do you operate? And then you got to set up a whole new.
I spent the next couple of days just going to every bank I could think of, trying to open an account. And, it was a headache. It was tough. It happened just like that.
Have you ever been stolen from?
No.
Have you ever been
people try to break in here before?
Okay.
Definitely had people try to break in here before. We're armed here.
Yeah.
So I haven't really.
I saw you had the pew pew.
Yeah, I'm not really. We haven't had that confrontation in here yet. But,
yeah.
The biggest the worst out of all of them, worst thing that's ever happened to me since I've been in business, definitely losing packages.
Okay, so like what type of packages are we talking?
I lost one in I think the same year, 2018, was $30,000, and I just had one in August of this year go missing for $80,000, and that's a tough thing to recover from. I'm fully insured, I know I eventually get my money back. It took about maybe 7 weeks to get my money back, but I was out $80,000 in capital for those weeks. I just kind of had to deal with it. You know what I mean?
That's awful. I can only imagine.
It's a lot of money to be out. And then, you got to remember the insurance companies, they're
they're
not on your side. They're trying to get out of paying anybody they can pay. And thank God that everything's on camera.
Yeah.
Where I sell to, everything's on camera. I had documentation for everything that was inside the box. So proving what was there wasn't really an issue. But like I said, you're out 80,000 of capital. It's like,
and
you don't really know if you're getting your money. It's not really clear until they do their investigation and
Did you send it through UPS, FedEx, US,
UPS? Yep.
And they were unable to find it? Like
it was the one was delivered empty.
So it had to have been a driver.
Yeah, they don't really let you know too much of the investigation details. And the same thing with the other one. The other one was never delivered. So it happened while it was in their possession. But like I said, I was fully covered both times, and I got every penny back both times.
I think you had shared with me very recently the insurance company, and I think it's buried in our text messages, so I think I'm going to need it again.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing to have.
80 grand.
And a lot of companies I deal with don't even have shipping insurance or have any kind of insurance that covers them like that. Some of these people send stuff out and they just lose on it.
That's what I do, but I'm not doing volume like what you're doing, like 30. I mean, maybe the most I've ever sent out was maybe like $10,000 or $12,000 worth of stuff, but I break it up.
And what's funny is I not funny at all, but I should have broken it up. It was an $80,000 package. I should have put $50,000 in one package and $30,000 in another.
Or even break it up into 20,
well,
like
my insurance covers up to $50,000 per package overnight.
Okay.
So I should have broke it up into two, but I don't know. It went missing. And you got to remember something too. God, this was a scrap gold bar, maybe this big.
Yeah.
And a tube of 10 ounces of coins. It fit in a box this big. It's not like people think $80,000.
How would they?
It's this huge box. It was this big.
And it had to have been like somebody that knows, like, on the route. Like, they have to know what your business is that are picking it up, because how would anybody have known, like, oh, this box, this is the one that, like, I smell $80,000 worth of gold in here.
Man. Whoever got the package just
I don't know.
Maybe they do scan them out. I don't know.
Do you change your return address ever? Like, I know you probably don't.
There's nothing on there that's like coin or bullion related. It's just a name and address.
Okay.
Nothing.
But maybe
nothing with my business.
But maybe they knew. They're like, hey, this is Bayshore
they might,
Bullion.
You know what I mean? They might know my name, but I don't know. It's like I said, it's insured. So if it happens again.
Well, now you're more popular than Ed Sheeran. Now they know your name because we had a killer video.
Yeah, that video keeps going.
2 weeks.
Every time I look at the numbers, it just keeps going up.
A stock. Where are we at now? You were looking at like 166?
Yeah, 166, 167.
In 2 weeks, guys.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
The weird thing, too, is it was like part 3 of a
Nobody watched the
video.
Other two.
Yeah, nobody watched the other two, especially the second one was like
the second one's the melt.
I know.
I expected everyone to be like, oh my God, look at that process. And all they wanted to see was me tested on my X-ray machine.
That's just, that's like the most boring thing. I think it's because
it's the boring out of the three.
It is the most boring out of 3 because, I think it's the thumbnail. I think it's the amazing graphic design by me.
You always put me in these terrible. I'm like, why can't I have a smile on my face?
Nobody wants happiness. They want like a serious.
They want to see doom and gloom.
Doom and gloom, and like and like the speech bubble on it. It's bad. Like it doesn't get any stupider than that. At least I'm happy in talking to you. I'm sorry those horrible things happened to you. It makes me feel better about my worst experience. So
you know what? They're all learning lessons. Every time something like that happened to me, I always I'm not sure how to handle this IRS one, but everything's it's a learning curve. All these things that happened to me, the first time that happened to me, it didn't the package going missing. It didn't happen years and years later because I changed everything to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Right.
Same thing with the bank. Try to do as much as you can, be as compliant as you can.
Right.
Right.
And then what about the falling out in the parking lot?
Yeah,
then?
There's nothing you can do. I'll show you the video later. You wouldn't even believe it when you see it. It's pretty unbelievable. Not to mention he bought 2 gold kilo bars when he came here to pick it up.
I guess he was looking for a way to get those bars for free.
Ugh, he did.
Right? Actually, you got to think about it. Do you think like maybe it was like a purposeful thing? Like maybe like
if he did, that's one warped way of thinking, man.
Listen, hey, that's now I'm thinking that's actually not a bad idea. I might buy some gold off of you, take a little trip, and I sue you and get my gold for free.
It's funny. I've never been involved in anything like that.
Yeah.
Like I've never sued anybody. I've never been sued. And I had contacted a couple lawyers just to get their opinion. And I was telling them, I was like, I'm a little nervous. And they go, calm down, man. You're just being sued. I was
You're
like,
just being sued. I've
never been sued in my life, man.
Freaking
Like,
out.
Yeah.
Fetal position in the corner, rocking back and forth.
Yeah, no, it was it was definitely
Well, again,
intentional, and
what'd you do to piss this guy off?
nothing. I didn't even know him, to be honest with you.
Some people, you never know.
They told me to check the stairs. He's probably measuring the stair 2 weeks before
yeah.
that. One of them guys.
Yeah, it's like, it's a half inch too short or too
undercoat.
high.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
So.
Well, listen, I'm glad at least you've recovered with the lost packages, and
Yeah, that's the thing. You just roll with it. You deal with it. You know what I mean? There's nothing. What am I gonna do? Close up shop because a package goes missing? You know what I mean?
I mean, some people that would break their business.
Hey, if I wasn't insured, it would have been a significant blow. You know what I mean? But once you get to certain levels, you have to have every angle covered.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I wouldn't ship out an $80,000 package and not have it insured.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
Rich people problems, my man.
Stupid problems, man.
Well, good seeing you.
Good seeing you.
Thank you.
Yep.